Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to another Woo Woo Wonderment Live. We are talking today about the movie Wish, which is a Disney movie that came out in 2023. I'll just let all of you file in here for a great week and a great start to your weekend. Hi, Moira. How are you? We're going to do a bit of trial and error today, hoping that this is going to work. I was doing some trial and error with screen sharing and stuff like that, so I'm actually logged into two computers right now, my iPad and a computer. So we'll see how this works. We'll also see if this video gets flagged for copyright because, you know, Disney. But I'm hoping the clips will be short enough that maybe they won't worry about it, and it's not like I'm getting money from this, so it's not like I'm worried about monetization or anything like that. So what I did is I went through the movie, made some notes. So I have kind of a Cole's Notes summary of the movie that I'm going to kind of walk you guys through, show you some clips that are, I think, important to the message I kind of get from the movie myself. And then we can chat about it at the end. It was, and originally the movie came out in 2023, so I think end of last year. And it actually coincided with the Disney centennial, so Disney turned 100. And so it actually came out it basically as a way to honor that anniversary. And the big thing that it kind of ties together is a lot of the themes in a lot of the Disney movies where about wishes coming true. So you'll see the biggest theme running through this movie is about wishes or dreams or hopes, whatever you want to call them. But I guess the message I got and the reason I wanted to share it with everybody is that I think for right now, with everything that's going on in the world, if you look at the undertones of the movie, don't even see it as a straight Disney movie. Just looking at the message, it's a good message for the collective going forward. Hi, Hypnicity. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. That's what I'm hoping too, Moira. Yeah, especially where I'm not playing. You know, I think the longest clip I have is like 2 minutes long. So I'm hoping. We'll see. First time doing this, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm hoping that because I'm reviewing it exactly, that they'll maybe allow for that. And especially where I'm not monetized, where I'm not asking, you know, I don't have ads and stuff like that, that maybe they'll allow it. Hi, Rossi. Thanks for tuning in. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably wait till we are at the 5-minute mark just to allow everybody to, you know, come in. And then we'll get going because I'm excited to talk to you guys about this movie. In the meantime, I can actually let you know about what's coming up. You'll see me looking up because I have a calendar right above my desk, the desk I'm sitting at. So the next thing I have is actually on Monday. So the event that I was supposed to go to Monday night has been canceled just because the host is sick and is recovering from the flu. So I'm actually doing a video mid-afternoon. You'll already have seen it posted on the channel. Wolf Girl Oracle, or Dali, she's going to come on with me. And we're going to do a bit of a discussion, Q&A. So if you want to attend that, come to that and have your questions, your burning questions for me. I'd be happy to answer those. We might do some card readings and stuff too. It'll only be about an hour because I technically should be working. But I think it'll be fun. And then the next Woo Woo Wonderment Live, which is on the 22nd. So that's back on a Monday instead of this weird Saturday. It's actually going to be on one of my favorite book series. You would have seen me talk about it a bit actually on the channel launch video. It's the Bone Season series by Samantha Shannon. If you want to look it up beforehand, I do have some of the information on this series posted on that video, so you can do some research ahead of time if you like. But I'm just going to be going briefly over some of the key points in the series that got me really interested in it, and talk about some of the characters, the books that are out so far, because it's a series that actually not all the books are out yet. The 5th one's coming out next year, actually. Yay, finally. And so, yeah, so we're going to be talking about that on the 22nd. And then in August, I believe it's the 11th, the video's already posted as well. Tanis is going to be joining me again, and we're going to be talking about Reiki, or Reiki, depending on how you pronounce it. And actually be doing a small collective healing at the end of that video. So that'll be the 2nd week of August, I believe. All right. So with that, with no further ado, so you'll see me looking down. I do have some cheat sheet notes, just so that I stay on track and make sure I get you guys all the information. So the movie we are going to be talking about is Wish. It was released in 2023 by Disney. And I am not showing the entire movie tonight, just because of copyright. So the story follows a 17-year-old girl named Asha, who makes a passionate plea to the stars in a moment of need, and they answer. So that's kind of like, the little blurb. It was released to coincide with Disney Centennial, and ties together the theme of most of the Disney films, which is wishes coming true. So you probably have heard, if you watch any of the older kind of Disney movies, When You Wish Upon a Star, the whole wishing stars, pixie dust, all that is a very big theme and has always continued to be a theme with Disney. So the movie starts with King Magnifico, who is kind of the main, it's not protagonist. He ends up being the villain, spoilers. But he and his queen Amaya established the kingdom of Rosas, which is set in the Mediterranean. And because Magnifico has studied sorcery, he is able to grant his subjects greatest desires, so wishes. And one of the blurbs that I kind of took from the first intro of the movie that I really like, so it's their greatest desires, but it's the ones that drive their heart, the one that makes them who they are. So, that life purpose or that drive, that deep inner, hope and wish. So upon entering Rosas, so in order to become a citizen, they must give up their greatest desire for safekeeping until the time that Magnifico would grant it, which happens once a month at a ceremonial event to those that are worthy enough. So we talk about worthiness, right? But in doing so, they lose a piece of themselves. So the first clip I'm going to show you so it's a little bit further into the movie. This is about the 20-minute mark. But it'll show you an example of two people giving up their wish or giving up that purpose and the reaction that it causes. So they're doing it for years and nobody sees anything wrong with it. But for those of us that are empaths, for those of us that are very aware, you'll see the reaction in that it's not actually a good. So see how this works. Try sharing my screen, so we'll see how this works here. And please let me know if the audio doesn't work. I've tested it and I believe it should work for everybody. You can just let me know how the audio works. If there's any problems, I would greatly appreciate it. So as you can see there, they gave up their wishes, and the guy in the crowd, forget without regret, which isn't necessarily the best thing, as we know, those of us that have been doing shadow work and working with light. We know that forgetting and without regret is not necessarily a good thing, because you aren't healing because of that. And as you can see too, they kind of lose that fire, that spark in them. And so with that, uh, so that worthiness has kind of been a thing, that, again, another thing that will carry through the movie. Asha, who's the main character, you saw a glimpse of her in that first clip, is set to interview as the king's apprentice. The king's looking for an apprentice on the same day as her grandfather's 100th birthday. And she hopes that the king may grant his wish because he's turning 100 years old. That's a big deal, right? So she's hoping that that may happen. So the next clip I'm going to show you is actually a clip that'll why first play and you'll get the first glimpse and of what they're about, what what they are, what their purpose is. So let me just scroll and find the clip. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's try this here. And please do let me know if the volume isn't working. As I said, I'm assuming it's working because nobody's complained yet.
I know magic then.
I like that little quote there. They're not just, a thought. They're, a part of your heart, those wishes, those hopes, those dreams. Yes, and orbs, exactly. Yeah, I love the visual of those wishes, of the orbs. And that they really have that little piece of that person inside. So the interview goes well. However, Asha requests her from the king that her grandfather's wish be granted. And she does it very nicely, actually. I think, she doesn't say she doesn't say, please grant this wish or grant this wish. She kind of says, if you could consider granting this wish, it's my grandpa's 100th birthday. I'd really appreciate it. But of course, the king doesn't like that. But so the king refuses to grant the wish, saying it is a threat to his powers, or a threat, or is unsafe for Rosas. And so Asha then knows he never intends to return ungranted wishes to those who made them. So the king takes a wish when a person turns 18, they give their wish to the king. And so any of the ones that he is refusing to grant, he's just going to keep. So he grants a wish once a month, but he's the one that chooses what wish. And so you actually end up finding out that Asha, her grandfather's wish, is to inspire the next generation. And it's to the king, to Magnifico, that's too broad. It's too much of a risk. He could inspire, an uprising. So that's why he refuses to grant the wish. So Asha tries to tell others about it. Her grandfather and her mother, about the deceit, about the king, keeping these wishes that he's never going to grant them. And so, of course, nobody wants to listen, or nobody listens. Nobody believes her. And so she ends up making a wish on a star. So this is actually the first song I'm going to show you. There's a couple other songs in the movie, but this is the first song I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a couple different snippets. So there's going to be a portion of it at the beginning, and then also at the very end. Because see is an Asha wishes a great. Of course, Magnifico sees this as a threat. When I watch, as our light codes, our source coming. So if you want to, I'll play the first clip, and then I'll pause it, and then play the second clip, and then you'll see, and then we'll keep talking. So let me find it here. Right, so as you can see, Magnifico is not happy because, of course, there's magic other than his that has now come into play. So what ends up happening, that little glimpse or that little sparkle that you saw at the end of that clip there, is the star. So Star comes down, basically from up in the sky star to a, you'll actually see him in some of the other clips, but he's a little cute little animated star. And so I'm not going to show you. Yes, yes, exactly, yeah. And again, those callbacks, right? Or Sleeping Beauty is another one. And actually, you'll see once Star. So the next thing I'm going to show you or talk about is lyrics to one of the songs. It's called "I'm a Star," and you can go on YouTube and listen to the song afterwards if you want to actually hear the full song. But it's actually the animals and the birds and the trees and everything singing the song, because Star comes down and then makes them talk, or allows them to talk, with the star wish magic. And so you'll see that. But what I'm going to do is to try again to hopefully prevent copyright, is I'm actually going to go through the lyrics. So I have the lyrics pulled up on my screen that I'm going to go through with you, because this song, when I first heard it, I heard it before I actually saw the movie, because Disney released on YouTube, released some of the songs before the movie came out, and this is one of them. And I heard the lyrics and I was just like, oh, OMG. This is literally everything I've been working through. All these revelations that I've come to for myself. So give me a second here. I'm just going to stop the one screen share and pop up the other one, because I have it on a separate tab here. So give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna try and get myself out of the way here. So this is the song "I'm a Star." So it says, have you ever wondered why you look up at the sky for answers? Or why flowers in the wind are effortless and eloquent dancers? What forms the rings in the trees turns a pine from a seed? What's passed down generationally to you and to me, and why our eyes all look like microscopic galaxies? I absolutely love that line. Have you ever wondered why you look up at the sky for answers? So it says, well, you don't have to look too hard. We're here for all your question marks. So this is the birds and squirrels and trees singing this. If you're trying to figure out just who you are, don't look far. In the sky and your front yard, in your heart and in your scars. I love that line too. If you really want to know just who you are, you're a star. So this is, I love that line, or that realization, especially for Asha. She's like, what? How am I a star? It makes no sense. So they say, the next lines are, boom, did we just blow your mind? And then, of course, one of the animals is like, well, I've known the entire time. So when it comes to the universe, we're all shareholders. Get that through your system. Solar. So like solar system. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, when it comes to the universe, we're all shareholders. Right, Rossi? Yes, exactly. Like when I heard the lyrics to this song and was watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a popular culture movie. It's out there. And yet they're talking about all this metaphysical stuff that we talk about that isn't, that is not necessarily considered mainstream, but I guess is becoming more mainstream. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is Star here. This little picture is Star. So it says, see, we were all just like nebulae in a nursery. From supernovas, now we've grown into our history. We're taking what lies right out of mystery. Now we're taking it all, the star exposure. So basically saying we all come from the stars. We all come from stardust. We all come from source, which again, I absolutely loved that. So, we eat the leaves and they eat the sun. See, that's where all the balls of gas come from. Hey, and then, she's just very, very confused. So they're like, you look like you're hanging on by a strand. You think we're nuts. You think this is all crazy. But if you just see the mushrooms, then you'll understand. And then, so this is actually Asha's goat, who's now able to speak, but he says, so your dust is my dust. Fantastic. I.e., we're all the same. We're all made up of the same. We're all connected. So we eat the leaves and they eat the sun. So again, we're all connected in that circle, in that from source. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Mycelium. Exactly. Yeah. And then they just repeat, well, you don't have to look too far. It's all around and not too far. If you're trying to figure out just who you are, you're a star. So, and then it says, do you know you're a work of art, even in the deepest dark? If you really want to know just who you are. And then she's like, I'm a star. Let me just see if there's any other lines here that I really, really love. So yeah, no matter where you end or start, we're all just each other's counterparts. If you really want to know just who you are, you're a star. So yeah, so I absolutely love that song. It's singing about how we're all stars because we're all connected. We're all from source. So yeah, I absolutely love that song. If you have a chance, go on YouTube afterwards, search it up. It's called I'm a Star. It's a really good song. Got a really good tune to it as well, but I absolutely loved the message it gave. All right, give me 1 second here. Gonna reshare my screen so that I'm all set up for the next clip. All right, so as a result of Star coming down, Magnifico turns to dark magic, which is never the right thing to do, but he returns to dark magic to maintain his position. As the subjects begin to doubt his ways of ruling, so they start finally listening to Asha, they realize that the feelings that he's giving them is not the same as that light that came in, that Star is giving them, that there seems to be some contradictory stuff that the king is putting out there. So Asha is able to, through all of this, I'm skipping a little, there's a middle part that I'm not going to go into great detail about, but there's a couple more songs. You get to know Asha's friends a bit more. But Asha is able to retrieve her grandfather's wish through all of this and return it to him, which is basically restoring his hope. So I'm going to show you that clip. So you'll see Asha's grandfather get his wish back. And then you'll also see Magnifico discover them. And as a result, her mother actually loses her wish. So Magnifico actually crushes it, and it's just soul crushing. You can just see the despair in her. So I'm going to show you this clip, and then we'll keep going. And I hope you guys are all enjoying this. I hope this is a good review for everybody. It's my first time doing a movie review like this. All right. Where are we here? There we go. All right. Actually, a little clip of Star there. Star is very cute. But you can see that, the grandfather gets his wish back, and then the king basically crushes the mother's wish, and you can just see the despair, that drop of, that heartache, that pain, that grief. Actually, I think it's just a little bit further into this clip. She actually kind of talks about it as being like grief. So yeah, so with all of that, so the Magnifico realizes that by crushing these wishes, he can get more power. He's already turned to the dark at this point, but he does it to the extreme. So with all of this, Asha attempts to free the trapped wishes with the help of Star and her friends and her mother and her grandfather. However, Magnifico finds out that they're trying to release them and capture Star and the wishes absorbing the energy. And so basically, it's the climax of the movie. The next clip I'm going to show you. So Asha attempts to stop him, but she isn't strong enough alone. But with the citizens of Rosas, with their help, they basically discover that they are stronger together. And this is where the reprise of the song comes in. So if you remember that we heard that wish, like, so I make this wish, that, so that wish will come back in. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, the world out there is tough. Yeah, people's dreams can be crushed, but that's why hope is there. That's why coming together gives we can give each other hope, give each other brightness. And actually, the next clip I'm going to show you here with that reprise of that song, this wish, you'll see that Asha actually comes to the realization that they're all stars. And you'll see the words. You'll see that one of the changes to one of the lyrics is, I look out at the stars just like me. So instead of looking out at the stars up in the sky, she's like, I'm looking out at all of you and seeing all of you and all of your hopes and all of your dreams and how strong you are. Which, when I first saw the movie, all I could think was that being a message to the collective, that if we team together, yeah, individually we may not be strong enough to defeat that evil, to defeat that darkness, but as together, if we band together, we can be stronger. And what you'll actually see is, as they band together, they actually eventually end up defeating Magnifico. So I'm going to play the clip for you and enjoy. Let me just find it here. So you'll see Magnifico in the clip, the start of the clip, you'll see he's captured all the wishes that they were trying to free, along with Star. You'll see Asha come in, and then the song will start. So it's a bit of a longer clip, so you'll see that. So the end of the movie, you end up basically that Magnifico ends up, he's stuck in that little crystal. My theory, Disney theory wise, is that he actually becomes, this is actually a prequel to a lot of the Disney movies, so I think he actually becomes the mirror on the wall for the evil queen in Snow White. Because I don't know if you caught it there, but when he gets sucked into the staff, there's a face or a mask that kind of is there for about 2 seconds, and it looks exactly like the face in the mirror where she's like, who's the fairest of them all. So yeah, so that was my theory anyway, Disney theory wise. But yeah, so for me, in summary, for me, the movie, I think, is a good reminder to keep hope alive. Don't let others crush your hope, crush your dreams. Don't let people turn you away from what makes you, you. And that we are stronger together, that we're all stronger together, and that we're also all divine beings. We're all stars, right? We're all part of Source. We're all from Source, as that one song kind of said. So yeah, I hope you take the opportunity to watch the movie. Yeah, it's literally a split second. Let me see if I can find the timestamp for you here real quick. Let's see here. It's after the hour 20 mark. But yeah, you'll just have to have your remote ready to pause. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the movie when you watch it. I'm curious about what your thoughts are. So if you're not watching it live and you're watching this later, feel free to leave a comment on what your thoughts are about the movie if you end up watching it, or if you're gonna watch it, let me know. I guess we have a couple of minutes left. Does anybody have any questions for me, or just would you like a reading? I have my cards handy, so I can do a reading if you'd like a reading. Or maybe I can just do a collective reading for the week. You guys let me know. I'm just going to take a sip of water here. So yeah, again, my next video is actually on Monday. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Q&A with me and Dali, who is the Wolf Girl Oracle. We're going to hop on Monday afternoon. And then the next one after that is the 22nd of July. If anything changes again in my schedule like it did this week, I will let you know ahead of time in that community tab. I now have a community tab, so that's exciting. I can now share that stuff with you guys. And Rossi would like a reading, of course. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just have to stand up here and grab my cards. You'll see, I'm wearing whales today, so I have my whale earrings and my whale shirt. So let me see. We'll do this one. And what other one do we want to do? We'll do that one. Oh, here. I haven't used my crystal cards very often. I'll pull you a crystal too, Rossi. Yeah, I bought this shirt for my cruise to Alaska last year. Since we saw lots of whales, so it's good luck. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna have to get this open. Thank you for staying here at Space Whales. Yes, Space Whales, exactly. Thank you for sticking around, Rossi. I appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to do my usual. I pull from a couple of decks, and then the combined message is what I'll share with you. So yeah, this is a deck I actually got. My mom got it on clearance at Barnes & Noble's when they were down in the States, and she brought it home for me, which is kind of nice. Ooh, that's true, yeah. Tomorrow's this Portal Day, 7/7. It's a double. That's exciting. Oh, that's the other thing is I forgot to mention on the 15th, I'm going to be on with Allie. I think it's Heart and Soul Connected at 1 p.m. On her channel. So yeah, if you guys want to tune into that, I'll try and share the link if I get it on my community tab, so you can come and watch that. But here, I'm going to pull you the crystal first, Rossi, and then I'll do the other cards. So can we have a crystal for Rossi, please? Ooh, that card there. Ooh, it's a good one. It's one of my favorites, actually. So, Rossi, I'm going to try and not get too much glare here. You got Tiger's Eye. So Tiger's Eye says, luck in new ventures, willpower, creative flow, and overcoming fear. So this is actually, I have a bracelet I wear almost every day that has Tiger's Eye on it. Tiger's Eye and Onyx, actually. But yeah, if you have Tiger's Eye, maybe earrings or something like that, wear that in the next week or two, or start wearing it. Or if not, maybe get yourself a little piece of Tiger's Eye and carry it around in your pocket, because that will help you in the next few weeks. All right, Rossi, card tease. All right, that one too, apparently. We have some cards for Rossi. Rossi. Yes, I sing when I pull cards, apparently. Okay, that was a hand slip. That was not a jump. That was not a jump, guys. That was my Butterfingers. Well, you'll like this one, Rossi. All right. I always love how I can pull from separate decks and the same message comes through for everything. So the first cards I pulled were from the Healing, is it Healing Spirits? Yeah, Healing Spirits deck. So the first one is Send Out Help to Others. So it's almost kind of like the theme of the movie tonight, isn't it? So giving of that support to others. And then the second card is Universal Love is True Love, so love all. I love that. You know, it could be your family, your spirit family, you know, your friends around you, that support. And then the two cards I got from my crystal, my liquid crystal deck, is Clear Calcite, which is Universal Mind. And the other one I got is Peach Calcite, which is Harmonize. So what I get from all these cards together, I know see we've had some classes together, but you as a light worker, just keep sharing your gift. You're making a difference. You're helping to harmonize the earth, harmonizing those light codes that are coming in. You know, you already have that kind of universal mindset. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Be strong. Use that tiger's eye this week. You know, help with that creative flow. You know, overcoming any fears you might have. I'm working on that myself. But yeah, hope that reading connects with you. And I guess while we're at it, we have a couple of minutes left. I'll do a reading for the collective too, since we have the chance. Yeah, it does have a star, doesn't it? When you have Tiger's Eye. Oh, good. I think my Reiki helps bring up people's trauma to heal them. Yes. Oh, big time. And yeah, I know we did some of our Reiki together, and I know you're great at what you do. So keep doing that for sure. I'm actually slowly starting to do that myself. I was able to finally get a massage bed used. Actually, that's a funny story. I might actually tell you guys that story. Actually, here, let me pull a crystal for the collective, and I'll quickly tell you the story, because it had me in awe. It still has me in awe, honestly, like how the universe works. All right, crystal for the collective, please. All right. Ooh. So actually, the collective one is Earth. So I think maybe just grounding this week, everybody, or the next couple of weeks, everybody just do some grounding. I know I need to do it myself. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of energy coming through, and with that portal tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of shifting happening. So Earth is abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. So we're looking at in that abundance, the new moon just happened as well, which is new beginnings. So yeah, put any intentions, any manifesting energy, and if you're looking for abundance, now is the time. And I'll pull some other cards here. Hi, Moira. Ooh, that one popped up before I even shuffled. All right, one more, please. One more for the collective, please, then. Thank you. Okay, you're calling my name for some reason, so we're going to go with that one. So the two cards I got, the first one is Inner Space and Universal Knowledge. And then the other one I got is Your Life Plan is Unfolding as It Should. So sometimes it feels rough, like we aren't going anywhere, that nothing's going our way, but just know that your plan is unfolding as it should. And that universal knowledge, just tap in, maybe do some meditation, some writing, some journaling, and just listen. Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually have a park near my house, so I actually go and sit with some trees as well to ground. That's always nice. How is my new healing modality coming along? I will be your first student when you're ready to teach it. Yeah, yeah. Is that the Syrian one that you're thinking about that Tennis and I have been working on? I know we're still working on figuring it all out, but it should be within, I would hope, maybe the next few months. We should be able to at least have some more details about, what it's about, and then be able to start teaching it. Rossi, if you keep an ear open for Tennis's Galactic Shaman program, I believe it's going to be a part of that. So, on the topic of Reiki, because Rossi brought up Reiki, so I've been doing been practicing, of course, with family, so family and friends. I've been doing my case studies that I have to do to get my certification, which I got back at the end of April. So I've been practicing mostly doing, using I had for a while use my own bed, which isn't a problem when you're doing it with family, but it gets a little weird when you have, clients you don't know come in. So I was doing that, and I was doing distance. So like this over video, doing Reiki and Aqualead, which is the other healing modality. I have my master's in that as well. So I've been doing that, but I've been kind of feeling this pull to go to that next step. And so the big thing I needed to do was be able to get a massage table to take on clients, to be able to actually take on paying clients too. And so I was, putting it out there. Okay, I need a massage table. Started looking. I was about to go on vacation. I went away on vacation for a week. I got to go to the ocean, so that was very nice. I got to go to Nova Scotia on the East Coast. I spent 3 days at the ocean. That was a nice little reset. Got to go swimming every morning. And so I was like, I'm not going to seriously look till I get back. So what ended up happening is I got back on the Sunday, so the 23rd of June. And I had a session with Tennis, as she's my teacher. We do one-on-one sessions once a month. So my one-on-one session with her was on the Tuesday following me coming back from my trip. And so I was talking to her about, I'm really thinking of doing this. I've started looking, but not really. And, she sat there and, she does her, looks off because she's getting a message. We all know that look, right? And she says, go on Facebook Marketplace tonight. Go on Facebook Marketplace tonight, and you're going to find something. And so I'd been looking on Facebook Marketplace. Part of the problem was I had specific specifications I wanted. So I was looking for specific brands. I have a friend who's a massage therapist, so she recommended specific brands. And I was also looking for a specific width. So what I didn't know, massage beds come in a bunch of different widths. And I was told with Reiki that wider is better, just in the sense that it makes people more comfortable. They're not afraid of falling off and stuff like that. So I was looking for one that was 31 inches wide. I think they range from anywhere from like 28 to 31. And so I was, wasn't just looking for any massage bed. And the other issue is, so one of the big things I was told is don't buy new, because a new massage bed is like $600. And I'm like, I do not have $600 to spend right now. So what I did is, so I was like, okay, what's my budget? Okay, $200 to me seems reasonable. And I was told that, you can usually find them for, 200 or under 200 if you really look. And that's gently used. And so that was my specifications. I wanted 31 inches. I wanted preferably a good brand. One of the ones that my friend recommended. Yeah, $600. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Well, I mean, that's for a good one, or like a good one, a good brand. And then, where was I going? Anyway, so Tennis is like, okay, go on Facebook Marketplace. You're going to find something tonight. And so I was like, okay, sure. I'm kind of rolling my eyes. Yeah, sure. I'll do it. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I see a posting for a massage bed It was 31 inches. It was Master, which is very high, like very good high end massage bed brand. And it was $200, which was my max budget. And so I was just like, okay, I messaged the person. And she's like, yeah, it's still available. She was able to confirm that it was like the 31 inches, she was able to send me a link to which one it was, like which specific model it was and all of that. Cause I wanted to know what the weight, what the weight capacity was on it and all of that. Yes, exactly, Rossi. Yeah. The manifesting. Yeah. As I said, I was in awe of all of this. So I messaged her. So this is on, I think it was Tuesday. So I messaged her saying, I work during the week. I can't come pick it up. And the only downside to this posting was that she's an hour drive away. So it was going to be an hour drive to go get this thing. Not really seeing it. There was a couple of pictures. It looked in good condition, and when I shared it with my massage therapist friend, she's like, "Yeah, it does look in pretty good condition." But this is the stuff to check for. So make sure that all the wires are tight on it. See if there's any rips. When you put your weight on it, does it shift or creak or anything like that? And so I was like, okay, I can come pick it up Friday night. If I then said, if anybody offers you money between then and now, feel free to sell it to them. Because it's the way I've been raised. My mother's this way, where she says, if it's meant for you, it'll be there. So let's say you see something in the store, you don't have the money for it right now. But if you come back a week from now when you do have the money and it's still there, it was meant for you. And so I kind of had the same mentality with this massage bed. I'm like, okay, universe, if it's meant for me, it'll still be there. So Friday morning, I messaged her, the lady that I was buying it from, and she said, yep, it's still there. Nobody's offered it. So I said, okay, perfect. I'm going to leave the house, at 5:30 after work, and I'll be there, at 6:30. So I drove the hour there, looked at it. There is literally nothing wrong with this massage bed. And the only reason she was getting rid of it is she's like, I'm just not using it anymore. And I actually told her the whole story of, Tana's saying, go on, look on and see the posting. And I was telling her about all of this. And she was just as in much awe as I was, because she believes in that kind of stuff too. And I told her, I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm going to be using it for Reiki. So it's going to, be used to heal people. And it has a carrying case. It has all of the pieces, like the headrests and all of that stuff with it too. So anyway, so I bought it and brought it home, and I have it set up upstairs. I think I might have a picture on my phone I can show you guys. I have it all set up upstairs. Where are we here? Let me find it here for you guys. Yeah. So I have a spare bedroom upstairs, and so it's all set up upstairs. So yeah. So as Rossi said, they're, manifesting. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. As I said, I honestly was in shock. I could not believe it. And I'm like, okay, yep. Universe, I'm giving myself up to the flow. I believe. I believe now. I believe. Proof in the pudding. And this is how you know you're on the right path. Exactly. Yeah. And then I was doing my new moon ceremony last night, because I'm in the Celtic Shamanic course, working on that. And I just got a new little ornament for my window, a dragonfly ornament. And so I'm sitting in ceremony. And I hear this whack, whack, whack against the window. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, this giant is going to be one of those June bugs or beetle or something like that, because I have the light on. It's starting to get dark outside. This is 9 o'clock at night. And I only saw the silhouette. I didn't see all the details, but it was a dragonfly. So I just got this little dragonfly ornament for that window. And there's this giant dragonfly basically up against the window, probably about the size of my hand. So it's just like, okay, noted. Gotcha. Thank you, guides. Thank you, universe. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I know I'm on the right path. I'm going to really, I've been working on not doubting things, and so I'm working on really not doubting, and just going with the flow. You're ready to heal, exactly. Yeah, right, Moira. Yeah, wow. So yeah, I am counting my blessings, feeling blessed every day. Trying to share that with others. I know, right? Like, all I saw was the tail, which was probably at least about that big, and the wings, which were probably about the same length. So I didn't even see the whole body because it was kind of like it is now outside. Like, it's 9 o'clock now, so more or less this time of day. So you can kind of see how, if the room was somewhat dark, so not as light as it is in this room. I only saw the silhouette, so I can only kind of guess the size, but it was big. It was a big dragonfly, and as I said, I was expecting a beetle or something, not a dragonfly. Especially where I'm not really anywhere near water. It's just, I know it's the universe. I know it's, my guides just being like, hey, we got you. We hear you. Oh, Moira, while we're at it, I know we're a little over the hour, but I did a reading for Rossi. You hung around. Did you want me to do a reading for you quickly? I'd be happy to. Salrods is having experiences with dragonflies too. She has them on video. Oh yeah, dragonflies are one of my favorite things to photograph. Or do videos of. Actually, I don't know if I have it on this phone, but there's a picture I took years ago of a dragonfly. Yeah, here it is. Again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it with the glare. But yeah, it's going to be kind of glary, isn't it? Anyway, what I'll do is maybe I'll post the dragonfly picture in the community page so you guys can see it. But yeah. Dragonfly. I love all the little details, like their eyes and the wings and the tails. Oh, that's amazing, Rossi. I always have dragonflies. I have a lake in my backyard. Yeah. Well, I love dragonflies are a symbol of transformation. New beginnings, all that kind of stuff. And the fact that I saw a dragonfly on the new moon yesterday, that transformation, new beginnings, it was a good message. I'm excited to see what's coming for, what's coming. All right, so we're gonna do Moira with all the hearts. All right, I'm gonna pull you a crystal first for the week. Crystal for the week for Moira. Thank you both for hanging around tonight. I appreciate it. Yes, yeah, I think so too, Rossi. Yeah, this month we'll be having a huge transformation, right? And I mean, with that portal, the 777, 7 being such a magical number. Actually, it's the number on my license plate. I got to choose the number on my license plate. Because it's one of those like special like organization license plates. And I actually chose the number 7. So yeah, it's a very special meaning. So Moira, actually two crystals jumped out. So the first one is Moldavite. There we go. Thank you for camera for focusing. So Moldavite, it says, is healing, protection, telepathy, and connection. And then the other one I got is also a green, and it's Fluorite. And Fluorite says personal protection, getting organized, aura cloak, and cooperation. So actually between the two of them, so you have healing and personal protection, actually protection on both. So maybe carry around some Moldavite or Fluorite if you have it. And then there's also connection and cooperation. So I don't know if you've been working on that, on, you know, connecting with others. But yes, Moldavite and fluorite for you. Oh, you're a life path 7? I think I'm at life path 9. I'd have to go look at it again. You love green stones, have many, but not Moldavite. It's very expensive. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But actually, one of the things I learned is if you have clear quartz, with intention, you can actually intend clear quartz to be any stone. So if you have clear quartz, you know, just hold it in your hand, and just, you know, tell it, you know, be like, you're gonna, you know, your Moldavite, your Moldavite, your Moldavite, and use it that way, and then just make sure you clear it at the end of the day. And then we're gonna pull some cards for you if I don't drop them all first. There's one. Okay. One card, guys, not 20. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we're going to do 3 apparently. And then there's one. They're jumping tonight. Okay, 2, 3. So apparently you're a 3-card person tonight, Moira. That's all right. All right, let's see what we got. Interesting. All right. So the first cut I got in my from a liquid crystal deck is Spiritual Warrior. So I know you've been doing a lot of that you do a lot of light work, that you're a light worker. So, you know, there's a lot that's been going on right now with that portal tomorrow. You know, just keep up the work, be that spiritual warrior. And then I got 2 blue crystal cards. So the first one I got is Azurite, which is focus. And the other one I got is Lapis Lazuli, which is realization. So realization and focus. So I don't know if you've been doing meditation. I know it's always, you know, tough for me. But yeah, if you can find a little bit of time to set aside to have just some quiet where you can have that focus, that might be good for you. Because what I got is to go hand in hand with that spiritual warrior. I got you came to serve. So that you kind of see that connecting cord between, you know, your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, and yourself. So, you know, they're passing on that baton. They're kind of actually, you see that connection there. They're kind of speaking through you. So you came to serve. You came to be that spiritual warrior, right? And then the other card I got is, it isn't about being right. It's about doing the right thing. So I think that might be that realization. I don't know if maybe there's something that's been going on, that maybe there's been doubts about, okay, is it the right next step? I don't know, you know, all those doubts that go through our heads all the time. But it isn't about being right. You know, maybe the other people are saying, no, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, you know. But it's about doing the right thing. So searching, you know, deep inside, you know, searching to make that decision, or, you know, listening to in here, not out there. Yeah. And that's never easy. You know, I've been talking to a lot of friends lately about, you know, relationship issues, and relationships are never easy, whether they're a neighbor, a stranger, you know, a significant other. Yeah, conflicts are never easy. And the last card I got is ask your spirit guide. So maybe that's what you need to do, is you know, search inside, ask your spirit guides to help. Okay, what is the right decision? You know, it's not about being right, it's about doing the right thing. Okay, so what is that right thing? You know, what's that path that you need to take? You know, that higher ground, you know, the metaphor to taking the higher ground. But yeah, that's what I would keep doing. So you kind of have two messages there. I think one is definitely about that conflict with your neighbor, and then the other one's just, you know, keep going, being that spiritual warrior. You're here to serve, like we all, you know, like we all are. But I think that's just a nice little reminder of that. To just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because you are a light to the world, much like the movie that we watched tonight. You're a light, so be a light and keep being a light, and that goes the same for the rest of the collective. Be a light, be a star, as Asha said, and together we will defeat that darkness, defeat that evil that's out in the world. Together we are stronger. And thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. And yeah, I will see you guys next on Monday if you have the chance. Or if not, the 22nd, the next Woo Woo Wonderment Live. And we'll see you then. Bye.